Welcome to the Leadership Spark podcast, where we equip you to be the great leader your people deserve. This is Corey, and today I want to continue talking about delegation and share with you another framework or tool that you can use as you think about using delegation to develop your team. Now, delegation has a lot of purposes. One of those purposes is it helps to build skills and confidence and competence with the people on your team so that you can scale and deliver results faster, that you, the leader, do not become the bottleneck because you are thinking you have to do all the work yourself. And so being able to learn how to delegate is a very important mission critical skill. And it could be the skill that is preventing you from scaling today, and it could be the skill that allows you to scale in the future. And so it's important for us to develop the skill. So I want to share with you another framework today of things that you can think about doing whenever you delegate. And these are, think of this as a checklist. As you go through and you delegate, you want to always do the 5 things that I'm going to share here in a moment every time you delegate. And if you do these 5 things when you delegate, you're going to be in a much better position to be successful delegating as the leader, but also put your team members that you're delegating to in a position to where they can be successful. And so I want to share with you these 5 components or 5 things that you want to be part of everything that you delegate, to give the team members that you're delegating to the autonomy that they need, but also ensuring that they can be successful. And so number 1 is context. Whenever you delegate something, you want to first provide context. That's explaining the why the work matters. How does this fit into the larger goals? Why is it important, this task that you're asking someone to do? This helps your team members, whoever you're delegating to, understand the purpose, not just the task itself. And so you want to start with context. And then you want to, number 2, talk about the outcome. Clearly define what success looks like for them to do the task. Don't leave them wondering what the standard is or what success is. People need to know what good looks like. People need to know what done well looks like, and they can act confidently towards that goal that they're moving towards. And so you want to give context. You want to define the outcome. Number 3, you want to define the constraints. What boundaries or guardrails need to be put in place for decision making? What constraint do you want? How involved do you want to be as a leader? This can prevent mistakes happening from interdependence. And so you'll be very clear. What are the constraints when it comes to the task that you're delegating? Number 4 would be resources. You need, as a leader, I need as a leader to provide tools, knowledge, development, education, experience, mentoring, whatever it is that would allow the person to have the support that they need to be successful. And the team can act without constant guidance from you. And so you equip them with what they need from a resource perspective to be successful. And number 5 is check-ins. Agree with each other or the team on the timing and the format of updates that you want to get. How informed do you want to be? How often do you want to be informed? What information do you want whenever you are being performed? This can provide accountability instead of micromanaging. And so those 5 things you want to be part of every delegation opportunity that you have. You want to start with context. You want to clearly define outcomes. You want to communicate the constraints. You want to equip with the resources, and you want to be very clear on what the cadence is for checking in with you as a leader on the work that you've delegated to someone else. And so some questions that you can ask yourself: am I delegating tasks for speed or development? Sometimes you need both, but go through those 5 things. Slowing down can sometimes allow you to speed up. So put those 5 things in place. Which team members or people on your team are ready to grow through ownership of something? Who are those people? And practice on them. Give them something to delegate, and use those 5 things that I mentioned. How can you structure work with context, guardrails, and check-ins that support growth? Use those to structure your work as a leader to help equip people to be able to be successful leading. And so practice that this week. That's your go and do. Choose a task, choose a project this week to delegate to someone. Clearly define, practice defining the context, the outcomes, the guardrails, the resources, the constraints, the check-ins. And then afterwards, reflect and have a retrospective. How did I do? Did the team grow? Were the outcomes achieved? What adjustments can I do in the future as I'm thinking about delegating? And if you do those things and you get into the rhythm of practicing these things, then you will set your team up to be successful doing whatever the work is that you are trying to delegate to them.